everybody, happy Thursday, and we are back at the new Goodwill. Yes, the new Goodwill that I've been to 3 times in the last week, but today I'm out here for a completely different reason. Not really so much a shop for me, although of course I will be looking for titles for me as well. I mean, I'm out at a Goodwill, why would I not do that? But I'm more out here to shop for you guys in the shop for the Cinema Sickness store. I'm pretty excited about this. As I've been mentioning over the past couple days, this is a new adventure I'm starting to get into, possibly trying to start this up as a business. Yesterday went very, very well. I sold a ton of stuff yesterday, and if I can keep up that momentum and keep selling that amount of stuff, then this is definitely something I could do. But I haven't actually gone out yet and actually done any hunting for the store. Everything that I've sold thus far is stuff that I already had, basically just sitting in bins up in the old library, up in the office, the old bedroom. It was all just sitting up there. So I've been selling off a lot of that stuff, but I really want to go out and start actually hunting things down for you guys. That is definitely something I want to do. Now, this is going to be a test today because I don't know what I'm going to find here. I don't know how much of anything I'm going to find. I'm trying to keep my prices very low for you guys. My ideal situation is I want to charge $5 more than I paid for something. So I got to keep that in mind. If I find something for $5, it might be a really good deal at $5, but is it going to be a good deal at $10? If it's not, if I don't see anything, that's a good deal, I'm not going to pick it up. But if I find something for like $2 and I can charge like $7 for it, that's a whole nother story if that's a good deal. So that's my goal, to try to find some good deals today. I remember there being some pretty cool stuff in here besides movies. Last one was in here. Whether that's still going to be the case, I don't know. That stuff could have sold by now. But we're going to take a look. Maybe I'll find some cool movies. Maybe I'll find some cool other media. Maybe I'll find some cool movie memorabilia or something like that I can pick up, or just some other goodies that you guys might be interested in. After that, we might head out to a few more stores. I don't know. We'll see how this one goes. So let's go inside and do my first ever cinema hunting, or should I say my first ever anything hunting for you guys and for the Cinema Sickness store. So again, let's go in, see what they have. All right, back into this Goodwill for the 3rd time in 1 week, but this time for different intentions. And of course, first thing that I do is hit up the media, as always. Looks like they've actually gotten some new stuff in and sold some stuff since last time I was here, only a few days ago. And first thing I come across is a brand new factory sealed Nintendo DS game, some Lego Marvel. Very cool. Think I'll pick that up. And this I definitely would have grabbed for myself. That's they might be giants. It's a compilation. Very cool, but for $5, yeah, I was gonna pass on that. But this, I'm definitely picking up some Rage. Oh yes, definitely grabbing that for myself. And also definitely picking up for myself some System of a Down. Can't believe I don't have that album yet. Such a good band. So that was pretty much it for the media. Nothing really here going on. Nothing I needed to pick up, and nothing I really wanted to grab for the shop. So on to the rest of the store, and hopefully there's some good deals here. First thing I come across are all these Disney Infinity figures, and $8, and no wiggle room there. Had to pass on that. So then on to all the Halloween stuff, and this is where I was hoping to hit big. I love fun Halloween merchandise. First thing I come across here, these are pretty cool, these plastic placemats. These are pretty neat. I love the design on them. I love the fact that there's 4 of them. Very cool. I think I'll definitely grab that. And oh, this, I want to keep this for myself. This is a awesome Halloween vinyl tablecloth. Look at this. It takes me back to being a kid. It's in perfect condition too. Definitely excited about that. So then on to all the toys. Hopefully there's some good stuff in here as well. I love me some toys. I do always check them out. And we have, this is interesting, a Despicable Me ribbon. Kind of neat, but yeah, I don't really know about that. I think I'm going to pass on that, even though it was kind of interesting. And this is pretty cool as well, but I actually came across 2 of these. It's a dry erase board. I came across this in the Star Wars one you'll see a little bit later on, and they were both kind of dirty, even though they're a factory seal, which is weird. These are cool. These are like wallpaper borders. Very neat. Disney, very cool, but I don't know if those are even so good, so I passed on them. This is pretty awesome, though. This was in, like, perfect condition. This awesome, like, child Aladdin here. Oh, I loved it. It was so neat. Here you go. Here's the other dry erase board. You can't really tell from the video, but I assure you, they were both factory sealed, but somehow still dirty. Very weird, so I passed on that. And these are awesome Smurfs. These are original Smurfs, too. I had a ton of these when I was a kid. So cool to come across an entire bag of them. Yeah, definitely had to pick those up. And this is kind of neat. If I'm not mistaken, this is Batman color forms. They call them stickers, but they say they're repositionable. So I think they're actually color forms. That's pretty neat. I didn't know they still made those. And this is amazing. Apparently Crayola made this these kind of like figures. And this one here being a vampire, which is very awesome. So I had to grab that. And these are cool as well. This is Mrs. Potato Head witch parts. Very neat. Unfortunately, the actual potato wasn't there, but still very cool nevertheless. And this I almost picked up. This awesome symbol right here. Very cool, but as you can see there briefly, the one eye, and by the way, really strange place to put the sticker. The one eye looked like it had gotten some green in it. Maybe it was colored in by marker at some point. So otherwise, in perfect condition, except for the one eye was a bit green. So I had to pass on that. And this is also amazing. This vintage light up pumpkin. This is so cool. The question is, does it work? I definitely had to find that out before I picked it up. This was pretty neat as well, but I ended up passing up on it because of that. I don't know if that was mold or just like marks from a pen, or I have no idea, but yeah, I passed on it. This I did not pass on though. This is cool. This really awesome flower cup. That is amazing. As a Disney fan, as a Bambi fan, that was a really cool find right there. These right here, I almost picked these up. These are pretty neat, but at $8, or actually I think they're like $9 a piece. Again, no wiggle room. Pretty neat though, but I just had to pass on those. And some Gone with the Wind. I have 2 different copies of this set. I come across it quite often, but yeah, I'm going to pick that up. I think somebody might want that. It's in pretty good condition and pretty cool. This was neat as well, but I'm just kind of scared to buy ceramics right now and ship them. I don't know how it's going to go down. And a whole boatload of records right here, which I should probably start checking, but as of right now, I don't think I'm going to get into records yet, but eventually I will. And yes, the pumpkin, it works. Success. All right, guys, so that paid off. That was really, really cool. There's all kinds of, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. When I go into these stores, I see these cool things. I see this thing that I'm like, wow, this is really neat. But do I personally want it? Not so much, because I don't really know what I would do with it. But I know there's somebody out there who's going to want this really cool thing for a really good price. It's awesome. It's neat. I'm looking at this thinking it's so cool, but I just don't need to pick it up personally. So this is what I love. I love coming out to the store now, coming out to any store now, and finding all this stuff that I think is really, really neat for really, really cheap, and then selling it off to you guys for a really good price as well, so you guys can get a really good deal on some of this awesome stuff. So this is amazing. I got a lot of awesome stuff. There were a few things I did pass on because I thought, the price on that's already kind of where it should be. You know, I don't want to, again, I'm not trying to screw anybody over here, so I'm not going to charge some crazy amount of money for something that I don't think is worth that. I'm only going to, if I look at something, I go, is this worth, you know, tacking on $5 or something like that, or a few dollars? Is it really worth that? And if I think it is, then we're good to go. But if I don't think it is, then yeah, it passed on that. So I did pass on a few things, but I did also grab a lot of cool stuff. So that's awesome. I didn't spend very much money. Picked myself up a few things as well, which is really cool. So I think on to maybe 2 more stores now. I think I might head out to one or two more stores. It depends. If there's parking out front of the one, I'll head out to that one. If there's not, I'll probably pass on it. But we're gonna head out to at least maybe 1 or 2 more stores and see what they have. Well, all right, into the Open Door Ministry thrift shop to see if they have anything good for me and possibly anything good for you. And getting out of the rain sounds like a good deal. So let's go in. So as always, up first again is the media, and not too much going on here. A few titles I might have been interested in grabbing for the shop, but they were scratched, so I had to pass on that. Don't want to sell scratch stuff to you guys, so nothing here. And the same thing goes with the music and the games and everything. Not much going on. Nothing I was really interested in, at least not for the prices they had, so I ended up passing up on all of that. This was kind of neat. I actually really like this clock, but yeah, I don't know, $3. I was just going to pass on that. But oh my God, McDonald's Halloween pails. I can't believe I just came across these. These are absolutely amazing. I am freaking out right now. This made me so happy. Wow, guys, if you do not understand how cool these are, then you're insane. These are awesome. Maybe you had to grow up with them like I did, but these are so cool. I was actually kind of hoping I might find some of these out and about today, so this is awesome. I kind of don't want to give these away. I want to keep them, but it's, again, it's the thing. What am I going to do with them? I have no idea, but they're so awesome. Wow, that was just awesome. I thought the trip was going to be a complete bust because I went in there. I wasn't finding anything for me. I wasn't really finding anything to sell. I just wasn't finding anything good until I went back into the Halloween section and came across the awesomeness that are these old school McDonald's buckets. These are really cool. So, all right, on to one more store, and then we're going back home. All right, back in the rain and back at Liberty Through the Home Furnishings, their outlet store. Let's go see what they have. All right, big surprise, media comes first. So lots of VHS there, some CDs here and some VHS around the other side. And then some more CDs on the other side of that shelf, and some DVDs as well. So lots of media, but unfortunately not a single title I had any interest in picking up. The only other cool thing I came across were these Diet Pepsi glasses. They're absolutely amazing. I thought about grabbing them, but I'm gonna pass on them today. Not gonna grab them yet. Well, unlike the Open Door Ministry thrift shop, which almost proved to be a bust, but then paid off at the end with those really cool buckets, unfortunately, Liberty Thrift was a complete bust. Nothing in there. They did have those really cool Diet Pepsi cups. Those were really neat, but A, they're glass, and glass scares me right now because I really don't want to be shipping glass. And B, they were all priced like differently. I have no idea. Some were more expensive than others. I'm not sure what that was about. I'm thinking maybe they got them all in at different times, and thus they priced them differently. I have no idea, but I ended up passing on those. Maybe someday I'll come back and get them if they're still here, but right now I did pass. So unfortunately, Liberty Thrift was a bust. So, all right, guys, that is it. I am done. Gotta go get some food because I am starving, and I'm gonna head back home. Well, usually I would start this off now by saying, all right, back from the thrift stores, but that would be a complete lie because I've actually been back for a few hours now. I've just been so incredibly busy filling orders from you guys from the Cinema Sickness shop. Oh my gosh, I've been so busy. It's like every time I sit down and do something, a new order comes in, and I'm not the one of the type of people who like let orders build up and then fill them. When I get an order for something, I gotta fill it right away. I gotta package it up, get everything set out, I'll update my spreadsheet that shows how much I've spent, how much I'm making, all that stuff. Because yeah, you gotta keep records about all when you're doing your own business. So I got to do it all right away because if I don't, I'm going to forget. So it's crazy hectic. Every time I sit down and know that an order comes in, I'm up. I was joking with my wife. I just like filled a bunch of orders and I was like, see you in 30 seconds. And sure enough, I come downstairs and another order comes in. I got to go back upstairs and fill it. So it's just been crazy, but you know what? It's been so much fun. I'm loving this. Day number 2 now. Things are going well. I've been selling a lot of stuff. So just awesome. Thank you guys so much for everybody who's been buying stuff at the Cinema Sickness shop. A lot more stuff coming. I have all kinds of other things to list there. It's gonna be awesome. So if you guys haven't checked out the Cinema Sickness shop on Instagram yet, there's a link down below. Check it out. So much cool stuff coming again. Thank you guys so much for buying stuff from there. So all right. Let's actually take a look at what I got today. So I only ended up picking up 2 titles here for myself. That's because I was just recently at that Goodwill twice before in the last week, and I already grabbed everything I wanted from there. Open Door Ministry Thrift Shop is very hit or miss, and so is the Liberty Thrift Outlet Store. They're both very hit or miss, and this time was definitely a miss as far as stuff for me. So I only ended up grabbing 2 titles from the first Goodwill, but 2 cool titles. First one here being Rage Against the Machines. This is just self-titled. No, this is Renegade, right? I think. Renegades is what this is called. This is like the one Rage album I never really like listened to too much back in the day. I listened to all the other ones. I think this one is like, isn't this just, what is this? This is like covers or something, right? Or B-sides, or I don't know. I never really listened to this Rage album. I do like Rage Against the Machine, but I didn't really listen to this one very much back in the day. I had it, but I listened to their other albums, and this one just kind of never really made it into my CD player ever. But it was $2. Figured I'd grab that. You guys can let me know about what exactly this album is. And this is great. System of a Down, Steal This Album. And it's not supposed to have cover art. It doesn't have cover art. It just looks like that. I can't believe I don't have this. I saw this and I thought, oh, I don't need that. And I was like, wait, do I have Steal This Album? And sure enough, I didn't. System of a Down, such a good band. I mean, the songs on here are just so good. I absolutely love this band. I think I now have all their CDs, or at least all the ones I kind of really want. So very awesome. That's great. So System of a Down, $2 for this. Just amazing find. So I'd say 2 really good finds today. So not much, but at least it's quality over quantity. So some really good finds there. So all right, now onto the stuff I bought for the Cinema Sickness store. So this is pretty cool. This was a lot of fun, being able to go out and buy the things I see all the time that I think, that's really cool, but I personally don't need it, but I know somebody out there wants this stuff because it's really neat. It's like, I want this stuff, but what am I going to do with it? That's kind of the thing. But I know there's somebody out there who wants it, so it's really cool to buy this stuff and be able to sell it for just, a little bit more than what I paid for it to people who really want this stuff. So I'm giving everybody still a good deal. So that's awesome. So I don't know. We'll just take a look at how everything's here piled up on top and everything's falling. I got stuff inside here. Let's take that out. All right. So one of the things you saw me grab, I grabbed these from the Open Door Ministry Thrift Shop. This was awesome. I was actually kind of hoping I'd come across these today because they're so cool. And I grabbed some of the classic McDonald's Halloween trick-or-treat pails. Happy Meals were put in these, and then you're supposed to use them to go out and trick-or-treat. This was kind of your Happy Meal toy. How cool is that? They, of course, have lids. There you go. The ghost actually glows in the dark. These are really, really cool. There's also a witch. Now, you may be thinking, well, didn't I pick up like 5 of these? Yes, I did. 3 of them have already sold. I did not even put them up yet on the shop. I posted at CinemaSickness, CinemaSickness.com, and I also posted on Instagram. I posted that I posted a picture of everything I picked up today, and I was like, "Here's everything I grabbed." And somebody already contacted me and said, "How much for the pails? I want the set of 3." So somebody already bought the other ghost, the other pumpkin, and the witch. So I'm left with these 2 now. So very cool. I still have 2 more I can sell. I'm sure these will be snatched up eventually. But yeah, within like a minute of posting that I picked those up, somebody bought them off me because they're that cool. These are awesome. My childhood right there. So then I also grabbed, this is really cool, this Bambi flower cup. Look at that. It's very awesome. It's actually plastic. It's not it's not glass, so I feel safe shipping this out. I'm really scared to ship ceramics out. I think they're gonna break. I don't know, but that's awesome. That's really cool. I'm a huge Disney fan. I'm a big Bambi fan, so that's really cool. Look at the bottom of it, see what it says. Yeah, there you go, Disney. Nice. I love it. Very awesome. Then I also grabbed a whole bunch of Smurfs right here. These are really cool. I used to have a ton of these when I was a kid. There's like a knight and a golfer and a tennis player. This guy, I think he's supposed to like be riding a motorcycle or something, but he's not anymore. Football player, another football player, and this is the coolest one in my opinion. Look at this one. He's like a wizard. That's really cool. Wizard Smurf? I have no idea. You guys let me know what his name is. I love this one. This is one of the ones I was like, do I want to sell this one or do I just want to keep it? Look at this hat. Like everything about this one's cool. This one here makes like the whole set worth picking up. That's awesome. So I definitely had to grab that. This is also really cool. Definitely excited about this. This Aladdin doll. Look at this thing. This is so cool. It's like Aladdin as a little kid. I love it. This is really, really neat. I just thought this was so awesome. It's in really good condition too. In fact, it's in like perfect condition. Looks like it hasn't even been played with. So definitely had to pick this up. I almost want to keep. I want to keep all this stuff. I want it all for me, but it's not. Again, I would have nothing to do with this. It would just sit in the box for if it was going to me. But this is just too cool. So this is going to go to somebody who's definitely going to enjoy this. As a Disney fan, as an Aladdin fan, I think this is just so amazing. So then we have, this is really cool. This is Ruby Redtooth. This is from the Pipsqueaks Markers in Disguise series, series 1 from Crayola. I didn't even know they did this. So I guess they did these little figures and then it's an actual marker inside there. But what's cool about this is she's a vampire. Look at that. That's why she's Ruby Redtooth from the blood. That's kind of disturbing. So yeah, a vampire marker. That was pretty neat. Then I also grabbed this Nintendo DS Lego Marvel Superheroes Universe in Peril. Brand new factory sealed. Definitely wanted to pick that up. Figure somebody would be interested in that. I'm not a big DS fan. I don't have anything wrong with the DS, but you know me, I'm a Game Boy guy. I really wish the DS would have played... and it played the original one played Game Boy Advance games. I really wish it would have played Game Boy Color and Game Boy games as well. If it did that, I would have a DS. It'd be the greatest thing ever, but they didn't do that. So anyway, very cool, and yeah, so that's awesome. Can figure somebody's gonna want that. These are cool. These are the witch parts to a Mrs. Potato Head. That is so neat. So either somebody's gonna buy it like this, or if it sits for a while. I actually come across Mr. and Mrs. Potato Heads all the time, like the actual potato. I come across them a lot at flea markets with out any pieces, just the potato. Not even, the back of them opens up, you can put pieces inside. No, just the potato. I see it a lot, and I'm always like, why would anybody just want a potato? I guess if nobody buys these, I'm going to just want a potato. I'll put them on there and sell it as a whole if that's the case. But for now, I'll probably post them just like this, see if anybody wants that. This Batman sticker playset, if I'm not mistaken, I think these are color forms. This is still sealed, so I'm not going to open it up and check out, but looking at it, I don't think they're stickers. I think they're color forms, because it says you can reposition. They're repositional, so you can move these around. So I'm thinking color forms, and color forms were awesome back in the day, so that was really cool. Then we got some Gone with the Wind Deluxe Edition VHS set, so all the insert in it and everything, so that's really cool. I have 2 different copies of this. I surprisingly come across this a lot for some reason. I don't know, but it was only $3, so if you're going to pick that up, somebody's going to want that. This is amazing too. So many amazing things today. This blinky glow light, which doesn't actually blink. Non-blinking, yes, blinky glow light. But then it says electric jacko light, non-blinking window light up. Just plug in. So that's funny. I don't know why it's called blinky if it's non-blinking. But anyway, look at this thing. Is vintage. Is there a year on here? Oh, please have a year. There's no year on this. Oh wait, here we go. 1991. Look at that. This thing's cool, as you saw in the video. It still lights up, which I was kind of nervous because I thought if the light bulb's blown out, which I thought there was a pretty good chance it was going to, I can't test it then because the plug in the socket could still work just fine, but if the light bulb's blown out, I'm not going to be able to tell if it still lights up. Luckily, the light still worked. So tested it out. It still works. This thing here is really, really cool. Then I got these placemats. These awesome plastic, there's instead of 4 of them, witch placemats. I just thought these were really cool as well. I love Halloween, so that was awesome. And one of the things I'm most like just in love with, because this takes me back to being a kid. Look at this awesome vinyl tablecloth, this Halloween tablecloth. We used to have this big kitchen table in this house right here when I was a little kid. You used to have this really cool like square kitchen table. My mom would always buy vinyl cloths for it, tablecloths for it, and every Halloween, Christmas, stuff like that, she'd always get a themed one. So this definitely takes me back to being a kid when something like this anyway, I don't think we ever had this one, but something like this would be on the kitchen table. So that's really cool, and the fact that it was like in perfect condition. A lot of times these like tears and stuff in them when I see them. I don't think this one was ever used. I think this maybe used once or something like that, but otherwise never used probably. Somebody probably just bought it and went, nah, never mind, I don't want it. So very, very cool. That's awesome. So there you go, guys. That was everything I picked up. So mostly stuff for the store, which doesn't surprise me. It'll probably be that way a lot of the time because I always come across stuff that's really neat that would be great for the store, but still some awesome stuff for me. Also, Rage and some System of a Down. 2 great bands, 2 great CDs. Very cool. So, all right, guys, that's that. Now, I would say that I'm going to go watch a movie, but I still have a bunch of orders to fill. And as I'm doing this video, I'm noticing my phone has things popping up from Instagram, so I'm sure more orders. So, probably going to be very busy tonight, but I still have some time, so I'm definitely going to try to watch a movie. So, I don't know what that movie's going to be. It might be something long, it might be something quick. I have no idea, but I'm definitely going to watch something. So, I will see you guys in 1 second, letting you know what I'm going to check out. All right, tonight's 2016 Cinema Sickness Halloween Horror-thon title is going to be Breeders. Never seen this one. Looks pretty interesting. Let's pop it in. Let's check it out.
Brett? Brett?
All right, Breeders. This was a lot of fun. Picture a 1950s sci-fi movie meets a 1980s sci-fi movie, and they get together and they did some breeding. That's what that movie really felt like. It was cheesy and ridiculous like a 1950s sci-fi movie would be. There's a guy running around in a rubber alien suit like a 1950s sci-fi movie would be. Most of the attacks, even though there is some gore in this, most of the attacks are of a shadow or a close-up of the alien, the rubber suit, and a girl just screaming for like 30 seconds. That's about it. Again, like a 1950s sci-fi movie. But then you have the 80s-ness of it, which is just the ridiculous cheesiness of the 80s. You got a bunch of gore. There is definitely a bunch of gore in this. Some fun, practical, special effects. Definitely loved that. And tons and tons and tons of pointless nudity. Not that I'm complaining, but totally pointless nudity. There are scenes that just go on and on and on. The one I'm really thinking of is there's this scene of this model. I guess she's a gym this now turned model. And she just strips down naked for no reason, which every girl in this movie does, except for one. There's the doctor in this movie. She's the only one who doesn't strip down naked. All the other girls strip down naked at some point. So this one girl strips down naked out of nowhere. I mean, she just got done doing this photo shoot. The photographer and assistants and whatever, they're going out for lunch. She's going to stay behind. And she just decides, I'm just going to get naked and start exercising. I have no idea what that's about, but that's what she starts doing. And it goes on for it must go on for 5 minutes of just her being naked and exercising. It just goes on and on and on. There's no other point to that besides she's naked. That's the point of that whole scene. is that she's naked. It's crazy. And again, every other girl at some point just randomly disrobes. And it's just such random times. Like one girl, she comes home from the hospital because she's a doctor, not the main doctor. I guess she's a nurse. She comes back from the hospital. She's about to cook dinner, and before she cooks dinner, decides to get naked. It's like, why? There's so much of that going on. Again, I'm not complaining, but it's pretty ridiculous, and that's the 80s cheese of it. So definitely a 50s sci-fi movie meets an 80s sci-fi movie, and gets down to some breeding. The whole plot of this movie is that there is an alien and it's living in like abandoned abandoned subway stations underneath New York City, and it has to breed with women to breed and populate and keep going. And it finds out that it tried to breed with a girl, but she had some sexually transmitted disease, and it didn't go according to plan. It was a failed breeding attempt. So he realizes the alien realizes in order to breed, he has to breed with virgins. So he's attacking virgins, and that's the whole thing. Of course, the cops think it's a serial rapist out there who's trying to attack virgins and whatnot. But no, it's this alien who's raping virgins because that's how he has to breed, and it's just weird. So fun movie if you like them cheesy. If you like your good cheesy 80s horror movies, this is one to check out. In fact, even if you like cheesy 1950s sci-fi movies, this is one to check out because it had that feel. Again, 1950s sci-fi meets 1980s sci-fi. So I'd recommend it. Had some fun gore, had some fun special effects, had tons of TNA if that's your thing, and all in all, just a weird but fun movie. Alright guys, and with that, I am definitely off to bed. I am very, very tired. I stayed up way too late last night doing stuff for the Cinema Sickness shop, posting stuff and sending stuff out, so stayed up way too late. I am now super tired. I do want to quickly say that this is not going to be the norm for my videos. Don't think that it's just going to be me out hunting for stuff for the shop now. That is not the case. Today was just a test. I went to the stores I went to because they were local. I had just recently been to that Goodwill twice before. So did I really need to go out there again to hunt? No, chances are I wasn't going to find anything. Yes, I got those 2 CDs, but that was it because I had just recently been there and already picked through their stuff. So I went there really looking for stuff for the shop. Open Door Ministry, I had just been there maybe a couple weeks ago, and even Liberty Thrift, I had been there just a couple weeks ago too. So these stores weren't really stores that I necessarily would have hunted at today if I really went out and meant to do some hunting. So don't expect that. I went to these stores for the whole purpose of trying to pick stuff up for the shop, not necessarily for me hunting as much. So in the future, I'll definitely be going to stores where I'm looking for stuff for me, but if I find stuff for the shop, I'll also pick it up and show you guys. So, yeah, stay tuned for all that. So, alright guys, that is it. So like I was saying, thank you guys so much for checking this video out. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Also, if you want to see a brand new video, a new video from me every single day, hit that subscribe button. It's told you I'm tired, and you're gonna get one. And if you want to grab yourself a Cinema Sickness t-shirt, one of many designs you can choose from, then head over to cinemasickness.spreadshirt.com where you can get yourself one of these. And finally, if you like to support new content, just show your thanks and appreciation for these videos and keep these videos coming your way, then head over to patreon.com/cinemasickness, where the simple donation of $1, a little donation of $1 or as much as you like, really does go a long way and is very much greatly appreciated and gains you early access to most of my videos. So again guys, that is it. Thanks for watching, have a good one, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.